Hello everyone, my name is Kennedy Estephan. I'm a teacher, a writer, and I've been living in southwest of Sydney, more or less since I first arrived in Australia back in the late 80s. Today I'll be reading an excerpt from Whispers. Whispers is a manuscript I've been working on for quite some time now. It's a work of fiction. It's a love story between two radio astronomers, and it's set in an imaginary radio observatory somewhere in the far west of New South Wales. The manuscript has two timelines. There is the narrative itself, which describes events that happened the year before. That constitutes the bulk of the manuscript. This is where the characters are developed, where the settings are explored, where the plot takes shape. And then there is the real time. Real time is where the protagonist is standing beneath a night sky out in the bush, not far from the observatory, and he's reflecting upon recent events, also upon a range of issues. Both timelines are narrated by the protagonist, David, a radio astronomer, also the person in charge of the scientific facility. At first, the timelines seem distinct, but then they slowly converge as the story unfolds. So yes, today those chapters are interspersed throughout the manuscript. They tend to be short and again reflective, and I'll be reading one of those right now. I lower my gaze and stare west to where the horizon stretches flat and mute beneath a setting Venus. Under the veil of darkness, the terrain ahead looks inviting, a sweeping plain hypnotizing a beholder with its expanse and luring him inland with the promise of untold bounties. But looks can be deceptive. In this case, they are no short of deadly. This is no place for dreams or wishful thinking, no place for rushed plans, unbridled hopes, or naive optimism. Consult your history books, heed their lessons, do that, and you might just live to see the light of another day. A savage and lonely stretch of a land, this is what I'm staring at. No inland sea or substantial lakes anywhere within its hold. No real mountains, valleys, gorges, rivers, or a touch of greenery. Only a continuum of scorched earth and shadowless plains. Only a bare expanse of red land, almost Martian in its desolation, and which spans for hundreds of miles beneath a sun so glaring it burns through the thickest of hides and sets tangles of thorns on fire. No relief beneath those bone-dry skies. No relief either when dark clouds amass and open up after years of withholding. For when it finally rains, it does so with the speed of a snake striking and the fury of the vengeful. Rivers flood, people drown, farms sink. Horses and cattle disappear in droves underwater, only to resurface miles down the submerged tract, bloated, rotten, buzzing with flies. It is an unforgiving continent, this one I call home, an ancient land forbidding to the uninitiated and treacherous even to those who come from its belly. No need to venture further inland to witness its roughness or experience the hardship for yourself. Just stand still, close your eyes and wait for the westerly to carry those telltale sounds to you. You'll hear it all then. The sweaty grunt of a farmer mitigating baked soil. The prayer of another family wishing for rain. The plaintive cry of a starving lamb agonizing under a sadistic sun. The bolting of a semi-automatic and the crack of a mercy bullet soon to cut short a beast's suffering and rumble across punishing plains for seconds on end. Such is the nature of this land, hostile, harsh, cruel. But it's beautiful too. To my eyes, it truly is. And for someone who studies stars for a living, what is beauty, must I add, but cataclysmic?